Hi, my name is Parker Payne. I'm going to be your gym instructor today, and I'm going to teach you how to build more muscle. One of the essential things in building muscle is getting the right intake. The right intake of food, that includes proteins, carbohydrates, enzymes. All those things help to build muscle and help your muscle fibers. It's important to get a good source of protein each and every day. And an article that I read said that you need to get your body weight in the amount of grams of protein you have. Say you weigh around 180 pounds, you should get 180 grams of protein that day. It's important to have a good source of protein in each meal you have throughout the day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks are included. You should have around 5 to 6 meals a day actually in order to get the amount of protein intake you need. You can take breakfast, there's eggs, good source of protein. Beans are a good source of protein for a burrito or something like that. Then for lunch you can have like chicken or fish or anything like that. That's a good source of protein. And then for dinner, like a nice steak or a hamburger, that's a good source of protein as well. And protein helps to build your muscle mass, because when you work out, you're tearing your muscle fibers, and protein goes in and helps and fills those muscle fibers up and helps you gain a bigger muscle mass. And so that's why it's really essential to get the right amount of protein in your diet. Another thing is, when you're trying to build muscle mass, is to work on that key area you're trying to get. Say you're trying to work out your arms and get bigger arms and bigger muscle mass in your biceps or your triceps. Those need the proper workout, the proper exercises. If you're going to do triceps and arms, you need to do a lot of curls, bench press, and tricep extensions. Those will really help work your arms up in this area. And then some forearm work goes along with some curls, and you can also get these restraint things that you squeeze, and they help build your forearm muscles right here. If you're trying to go for more of your chest, you're going to go close grip bench. Close grip bench or any dumbbell exercise to where you're laying down and you're squeezing them inside, and that'll help your chest and your back as well. Another thing for your back you can do is pull downs. Whenever you're up here and you pull down behind your back or pull down in front of your back, that really builds your chest and your back of your shoulder muscles, and that really helps there. If you're going for legs or glutes, that's going to be obviously squats, hang clean, or power clean. You're going to really want to get low on your squats and really get low on your hang clean and power clean. Those really help. You can also do leg presses, which is where you lay down and you press up on that bar, on the panel with the weights on it, and that really helps. And you really get your legs really bent in that past 90 degrees, and then go back up, and that'll really help build your leg and your glute mass. Another thing that's essential in building muscle is actually coming up with the time to do so. Everybody's got a busy schedule. They got to work, they got school, they got all kinds of stuff that comes in the way of working out. And so time is really essential in helping to build your muscle mass. You got to find the right time of the day. I mean, it can only take about an hour and 30 minutes. That's all you need really to get that good workout in and really come through with the muscle mass and the workouts you're trying to do to build that muscle. One of the last things is rest. You actually need to sleep. Rest is by far the most important thing in building muscle mass. Whenever you're sleeping, you grow the most. Your body heals itself the most. Everything in your body, whenever you're sleeping, is in a parasympathetic state. And that is when your digestive system digests slowly, and it really helps to even out your body as you're sleeping. Because whenever you're awake and you're moving around, you're moving your arms more, your legs more. Throughout the day, you're focusing on certain parts. When you're asleep, your whole body is regenerating at a good, slow pace. So rest is really key. It's also important to take rest days. And whenever you take rest days, that's when you don't work out. You just take a whole day off. You can eat as much as you want that day. All kind of stuff like that. Those are really essential, because the more you work out, if you work out every day constantly, you're going to end up tearing your muscles up too much, and you're going to be really sore, and it's going to be harder for your muscle to build back into greater mass. So rest days are really important. Also, whenever you go to sleep at night, it's good to drink a protein shake or have a really good source of protein before you go to bed. Whenever you have that good source of protein before you go to bed, as you're sleeping and you're in that parasympathetic state, your body digests it slowly. So after you've had a good workout that day and your muscles are torn, whenever they're building back up throughout your sleep, those proteins that you digest will go in there slowly and fill it up more defined, and more muscle mass will come throughout that. Are there any questions?
What is probably the main thing that you suggest the most important in our diet?
The most important in your diet is your protein intake for sure. You want to have a good source of protein with each and every meal you have. That'll help build your muscles because that's what drives your muscles into gaining that more mass each and every time.
What would you say is the best kind of protein?
The best kind of protein is probably poultry, which is chicken, turkey, anything like that. Those are probably the best because they digest a lot easier and they're a little lighter, and you can actually have those with almost anything. You can throw chicken into a salad, you can throw chicken into grilled on the grill or anything like that. It's just easier to include in all your meals.
Do you have to eat healthy constantly? Like, can you have an off day?
Yeah, like I said, when you have a rest day, that can be technically like a cheat day. You can have whatever you want. You can really build up on your calorie intake on those days. If you're working out hard, and then you have your rest day, you can really build up your calories. That'll really help because you're burning those off real fast after you work out. You can have, make sure you get carbs on those days. People say carbs are bad, they're actually energy. So whenever you have a rest day, especially if you're working out as hard as you are, those days where you have your rest days and you eat those carbs really helps you gain that energy back.
I have a question. How do you balance the muscle building and other, forms of working out, such as cardiovascular health, that kind of thing, where you're running, swimming?
Okay, yeah, that's a good question because you have different kind of workouts. You have weight workouts, which is where you're actually stressing your muscles more. You have body workouts, which is like push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, and then you have your cardio, which is when you're running, you're jogging, or jump rope even is cardio as well. So all those are differentiation, and it depends. If you're trying to build muscle mass, you really want to try to hit the weights more because the weights will help tear your muscles and stress your muscles more, and then whenever you have that protein intake, it'll help and fill those in. Body weight is more to get ripped. Like say you want to have those six-pack abs and the really see the defined muscles in your arms. That's more of body weight and cardio. Body weight just kind of helps your muscles and gets your white muscle fibers to really enact in that because your white muscle fibers are your fast muscle fibers. They're the ones that you use when you run, like long distance runners use them a lot, or say when you're jumping rope, that's also more your white one, and those will help become more defined throughout your workouts. So if you're really trying to get that muscle mass, you need to hit the weights a little more.
Is it better to have long lean muscle or like the bulky, like short muscle, I guess? It's not short.
Well, it depends on the kind of body type you want. Some people have different body types. Some, like those basketball players, NBA, they're more of the tall, lean look because they're 6'6". It's really hard for them to actually get the big, bulky muscle. Because whenever you have lanky arms or long, lanky legs, it's harder to actually build the big muscle mass that people try to see in that. And like say the big biceps, the big ball biceps that people want, if they have long lanky arms, it's hard to get that because whenever they lift, they actually have to travel a further amount of distance with their weight. Those who are a little shorter and have shorter arms, shorter legs, they can really get that big bulky muscle mass that they're looking for easier because they don't have to go as far because their arms are smaller or their legs are smaller. So it really depends on the body type towards the kind of muscle mass you want. But it's possible for any way depending on just how hard you work at it and try to get whatever you want out of it.